With the 29th overall pick, the Washington Commanders select offensive tackle Josh Conerly Jr. Come on, let's react to it. What's up, everybody? It's your boy Brandon Scott again, and I'm your host tonight over here at Washington Football Maniacs. And tonight we're going to respond to the first round pick for the Washington Commanders. And I will admit I was very, very surprised, but nevertheless, it did fit kind of a need, even though I think we could have got away with looking at other areas. So the Washington Commanders, with the 29th overall pick, select offensive tackle Josh Conerly Jr. out of the University of Oregon. Now, let's take a look at his pre-draft analysis. Now, this is per ESPN.com, so rock with your boy. So he had the fastest 10-yard split time for an offensive lineman at the combine, if that means anything for you. So he shows quickness, but I think the biggest question here, and when you look at his pro comparison, they compare him to Broderick Jones of the Pittsburgh Steelers. So where does he fit? Now, if you look at the offensive line, obviously with the trade for Laremy Tunsil at left tackle, Laremy Tunsil is the guy. Now, left guard, Nick Allegretti, center, Tyler Biadasz. Right guard, as we all know, Sam Cosmi will be out. And then right tackle, Andrew Wallace. So I think two questions are, where do they play Brandon Coleman? And where do they slide in Josh? Because, I mean, Josh Conerly Jr., you just spent a first round pick on the guy. So he's a starter. You don't draft the guy in the first round and he doesn't start. So you presumably are looking at them putting him at right tackle. So saying that, do they put Brandon Coleman at right guard? I think that could be an option. Like I said, we're going to get a clearer picture closer to training camp. But as of right now, like I said, if you're going to spend a first-round pick, you're going to start the guy. And I'm looking at they're probably going to start him at right tackle because, like I said, Laremy Tunsil is penciled in at left tackle for years to come. So am I surprised by this pick? Yes. Am I happy with this pick? No, I'm not. I feel like we had Will Johnson right there. We had Mike Green right there. And Mike Green, could we grab him in the second round? Possibly. But Will Johnson, you put him next to Marshawn Lattimore and Mike Sainristil, man, that is one of the best secondaries in the NFL, in my opinion. Now, obviously, Will Johnson will have to prove himself. He'll be a rookie. But again, next to Marshawn Lattimore and Mike Sainristil, both guys who have proven themselves, more so Lattimore than Sainristil, but Sainristil proved himself this past season that he can definitely be that guy at slot corner. So we needed a number 2 corner, and I feel like Will Johnson was the best pick in the situation. I wanted Mike Green. I feel like you could probably grab him in the second round, but if you look at the fact that James Pierce was gone, I think Mike Green could be gone in the early portion of the second round. So I don't think, right now as it stands, and we're going to go over the rest of the picks because I do think we will trade at some point for more picks. But to me, I'm not happy to pick. I think we could have still gotten by without getting an offensive tackle. I mean, yes, you have Andrew Wiley, which up and down performance. Is he the future? No. Brandon Coleman, there was rumors that they wouldn't play him at right tackle. I feel like we could address bigger needs, which was cornerback, edge, and possibly wide receiver. So I'm not happy with the move. I feel like Will Johnson was probably the better pick because, again, you put Will Johnson next to Lattimore and Sainristil. That is one heck of a secondary. You can also argue that safety is another position that we definitely needed. So we didn't really fit a need here. If you look at the top 5 needs right now, obviously it's edge, safety, cornerback, wide receiver, and running back. We need a 3-down back. So maybe they grab one of the running backs out of Ohio State. Maybe they grab Omar Hampton out of North Carolina. But thing is, we don't have a 3rd-round pick. We don't have a 5th-round pick. So there's a big gap between the 29th pick in the 2nd round and the 26th pick in the 4th round. So, like I said, I have all the confidence in the world in Adam Peters to make the right decisions. And again, I'm going to say this, let Adam Peters cook. But I will say I'm not happy with the pick. I feel like Will Johnson was definitely the better pick. So you guys get in the comment section and let me know if you agree or disagree. Real quick before we move on, because I will be putting videos out tomorrow and on Saturday. For tomorrow is rounds 2 and 3, and Saturday's rounds 4 through 7. So I will be here giving you guys all the draft analysis here at Washington Football Maniacs. So real quick, what picks do we have left? And like I said, it's definitely subject to change because right now you have a lot of needs and very few picks to get it. Now, in the second round, we have the 29th pick in the second round. We don't have a 3rd-round pick right now. So it goes to the 4th round, the 26th pick in the 4th round, then the 29th pick in the 6th round, and the 29th pick in the 7th round. So I definitely expect that Adam Peters is going to trade back up. because Mike Green is an option in the second round. Now, will Will Johnson still be around? Man, I would like to see them trade up and get Will Johnson, because I think that if you can grab Will Johnson, and like I said, I don't dislike Josh Conerly Jr. I just feel like we had other needs, man. Edge, corner, wide receiver, running back. Take your pick. It says safety right here. We could get away. We just picked up Will Harris. We could get away with not getting a safety, even though we could probably add more depth in the later rounds as safety. But we needed edge, opposite of Dorrance Armstrong. We need another corner, man. And we need a wide receiver, because we don't know where we're getting the Debo. And Terry McLaurin needs some pressure taken off of him on the other side. We need a every down back. And we can still grab one of these guys at Ohio State. We can still grab Hampton out of North Carolina. But like I said, the fact that we don't have a third-round pick, I definitely expect us to move back up, man. So definitely any news coming out of the draft for the Washington Commanders, definitely rock with us over here at Washington Football Maniacs. All right, guys, I'll catch you guys tomorrow where I do a recap over rounds 2 and 3. All right, guys, hail to the Commanders and peace.